William Samoei Ruto, do not attempt to tax content creators and online media. You have not provided leadership. You have not provided support for the young people. These people behind me went to college. Some of them did not have help. You have not provided employment that you promised. Do not attempt to tax young people. You have not provided them with anything that they can live on. They have used their creativity to come up with YouTube channels and Instagram accounts so that they can pay their bills and pay for their life. Do not attempt to tax young people. You want to tax their 30,000, their 10,000 so that you can pay Kidero, a billionaire. You want to take the money from poor people to pay rich people in the name of CSS. Do not attempt.
So I know that there is a proposal in this year's budget on digital content, and creators are making a statement. I have told the ICT committee and the finance committee to work on it. Let's give them a bit more space. I think let us allow them kidogo wajipange, lakini baadaye sisi wote tutalipa ushuru. We are going to work together in that space, but we have heard you and we are going to work with you so that we make sure that that does not work against what you want to do.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Elijah.gichuru. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Press that subscribe button, press that notification bell so that you can be notified anytime I upload a new video. And as I always say, this is the greatest YouTuber in the Republic of Kenya now. President William Samoei Arap Ruto, His Excellency Doctor, has hinted on plans to drop the proposed 15% withholding tax for content creators. Now, the finance bill of 2023 had proposed that Kenyan content creators will have to pay 15% withholding tax from all their proceeds of monetized work online. This is a very, very thorny issue in the flesh of content creators.
William Samoei Ruto, Kenyan government, the Kenyan parliament, do not attempt to tax content creators and online media. You have not provided leadership. You have not provided support for the young people. These people behind me went to college. Some of them did not have help. You have not provided employment that you promised. Do not attempt to tax young people. You have not provided them with anything that they can live on. They have used their creativity to come up with YouTube channels and Instagram accounts so that they can pay their bills and pay for their life. Do not attempt to tax young people. You want to tax their 30,000, their 10,000 so that you can pay Kidero, a billionaire. You want to take the money from poor people to pay rich people in the name of CSS. Do not attempt, and this God will strike you down. I speak to you, Gachagua. I speak to you, Cabinet. I speak to you, Parliament. And we will remember every young member of Parliament who will pass this bill. Nobody has money, but the most affected are young people. Boda people are in prison that tumekuwa tukiwatoa. Mama mboga wanalala njaa, wanafungiwa manyumba. William Samoei Ruto, ulishika mic, ukasema mama mboga, ukasema vijana na watu wa bodaboda, na saizi they are slaves. You are killing people. Don't try us. Hata mimi nimechoka kushikwa, nimechoka tear gas, and we'll do one thing as young people and we'll regret it. Listen to our voice right now. Don't tax young people. This is the voice of young people. 33 million people. Your government has less than 500. And you're feeding off people's children. Leo ni gas, kesho ni skari, kesho ni unga. Tutatusukuma kwa ukuta. And when we have nowhere else to go, when we hit rock bottom, we will come up. Umeguza pabaya. I am a content creator. These young people, most of them watalipa rent. Unakuja kuchukua 50%. Umechukua unga, tumenyamaza. Do not tax young people.
Who came out in large numbers and in droves to address the government about this taxation issue and to beseech the government to reconsider its proposal before it is implemented. Now, we have seen comedian Eric Omondi being at the forefront of the most vocal comedian to call out the government of Kenya by saying that this is a very punitive taxation model and that the government, first of all, has failed. According to Eric, one, the government failed to provide employment for these young Kenyans. Two, the government did not offer these young Kenyans help. Three, the government has not offered any sort of support for the Kenyans and the online space, because the online guys or the online Kenyans on the online space, including myself, have to purchase their own phones, their own camera, their own recording equipment, and everything else, literally everything that they require for them to work online. It is something they have to purchase for themselves. So the government has not really come up to show its support to them.
Ulijiita hasla, ukasema ukiingia serikali itakuwa ya hasla, ya bodaboda. Bodaboda wako jela, wamama wamefungiwa nyumba, unakuja kuattack online. These people don't have employment. Wakiwa university wamkuwapatia help, wakifungiwa nyumba mko. Then you want to tax them 15%. Do you understand what struggles content creators go through? Mtu akianza na simu, ndiye anunue lapel, ndiye atafute kamera, ndiye pale sijui kutoka Thika Road afike KMT, ama kutafuta KRG si wapi. Na ni za tisa. Do you know what they go through to get where they are? Call them. Ask them, what are your struggles? Support them. Buy cameras for them. Then you can make money from them. Hiyo ni wizi mchana jua ikiwaka. Na sitakubali, because mumeguza live wire. I am a content creator and you know it. That is where Eric Omondi is.
And Eric was arguing that if indeed you have to tax Kenyans or digital online content creators, first of all, support them, buy them cameras, buy them phones, provide free internet, then make money from them. But before you do all that, why are you reaching out to these Kenyans who are saying they are making money online out of their own effort? Eric said that these Kenyans go through a lot of hardship to make content, walking, sometimes they have no rent, they have no food. And now, Eric Omondi gave an analogy saying, you have hired 50 CASs, PSs, CSs, and these are billionaires, for example, Evans Kidero. So you are taxing somebody making 30,000 to pay Evans Kidero, who is already a billionaire. Okay, so that is the analogy that Eric Omondi was using. That it's punitive. It's a punitive tax that should not be levied against digital content creators.
Mr. President, things are not okay. This morning I wish I could say happy Madaraka Day, but no one is happy. Kenyans are very sad. I wish I could use the word Madaraka, but Madaraka means freedom and free of burden, free of slavery. But Kenyans are currently under economic slavery. Mr. President, I have come to your office twice and you have supported my talent. You sponsored 2 of my events. I know you, Mr. President. You are a kind-hearted man. You are a good man. And I know maybe it is the people around you who are not telling you vitu kwa ground ziko mbaya. People are going hungry. Houses have been locked. Your people whom you campaigned and went around the country talking to and telling them you will stand with them are suffering. Mr. President, Mama Mboga is crying. Boda is suffering because of the high cost of living. If it was just unga, we would get through. But it is not only unga, Mr. President. It is everything from electricity to gas to petrol to kerosene. It is not a happy Madaraka Day. Do not tax content creators. There are 2 types of content creators. There are those of us who started in 2010. Then there's the Kenya online media. These are digital news producers who are young people who are only 5 months old in Kenya. Tanzania started 5 years ago. They are trying to find their footing. They have been taxed by YouTube. They have been taxed by banks, and most of them don't have enough followers. They're only less than 6 months. Do not allow the Finance Bill 2023 to pass. Do not even allow it to get to Parliament. It will kill so many dreams. It is not a holiday if gas prices are high. It is not a holiday if unga iko juu. It is not a holiday if petrol iko juu. It is not a holiday kama manyumba zimefungwa. Mr. President, punda imechoka.
Now, the president has heard the cries of the Kenyans, and he has said that the Finance Committee in Parliament will reconsider that position of the 15% withholding tax to see if they are going to reduce or quash or whatever they are going to do with the tax.
That towards monetizing the whole space around creatives. I know when I say monetizing, I know the tax man is also listening. You know, the tax fellows are listening. Whenever they see some people making money in some corner, they arrive. So I know that there is a proposal in this year's budget on digital content, and creators are making a statement. I have told the ICT committee and the finance committee to work on it. Let's give them a bit more space. I think let us allow them kidogo wajipange, lakini baadaye sisi wote tutalipa ushuru. Unajua huyu mtu wa ushuru akisikia kuna mtu anatengeneza pesa mahali fulani, anatembelea yeye, anamwambia hii pesa inatembea. So we are going to work together in that space, but we have heard you and we are going to work with you so that we make sure that that does not work against what you want to do. Again, we are bringing down the cost of telephony, and we are also reducing excise on the internet, again, so that our creatives and the whole ecosystem around online work, online engagement can be a lot more easier and a lot more cheaper.
Content creators already pay some amount of tax. For instance, in YouTube, you don't make 100% of the money you make. I think YouTube keeps 45% and you get 55%, if I'm not, or vice versa. All right, so already you're paying some taxes already. Okay, when you withdraw your money from the bank, already you will pay some withdrawal taxes. So I guess the bone of contention was on the income tax that you get from YouTube. So comedians have really sided with Eric Omondi the moment that he put that post asking the government not to tax digital content
Mr.
creators. Comedians, we've seen artists, comedians, fans coming out to support Eric Omondi's proposal for no taxation against content creators. Okay, because they argue the cost of living is already high and you cannot predict the income you will make. For example, especially when you are starting, you have no footing online and things like that, so it becomes difficult for you even to make your first coin, and now the government is reaching out to that amount. So president has said that he will consider that, and his people, Eric Omondi, is arguing that we should tax the rich and not the poor people of the society, because there's no mechanism of knowing who is making what. Therefore, it's not right to tax those at the low income bracket. But we have seen Kenyans who are making a kill on the online digital space. A classic example is the high-end YouTubers, the Mungai Eves of this world. I Am Marwa. We have seen somebody like the Ajabu TV, Mutembei TV. All these are Kenyans who allegedly are making millions. Okay. We also have Miss Trudy. These are YouTubers in Kenya and others who are making millions every single month. All right, every single month. And now the argument has been in Kenya, a P1 teacher, this is a teacher for an ECD, okay, or a primary school teacher is taxed, income tax 30%. Okay, is it fair? Doesn't it beat the laws of natural justice that a YouTuber who's making $1 million a month doesn't pay 30% income tax, but a P1 teacher at a local rural primary school is actually paying this money? Okay, doesn't it look like injustice in the eyes of Kenyans? Okay, and that the law is an equalizer. There is need for equality, yeah, fairness and non-discrimination. Yeah, so we have somebody else walking away with so much money, the other person paying so much money. And that is a problem of the Kenyan taxation system. The bracket is not wide enough to accommodate everybody. So some people will keep on paying more taxes and adding more taxes, while others are not paying taxes. So guys, what's your take? Do you think digital content creators should be subjected to taxes? More specifically, income tax or withholding tax, as it was proposed. And also the other thing that I was looking into is about the taxation of the digital content creators. Do you think it's the company that should pay the money for it? In this case, YouTube, you know, they just have an agreement with YouTube that before a creator gets his income, government will demand, say, that 15%. So it becomes sort of a check-off system from YouTube's side. And so by the time the money is reaching the creator, the tax has already been deducted and has gone to the government. Okay, because I guess that is what they do in the US. Or do you think it should be a kind of people are declaring the amount they have made after they have made the money and declaring it to government so that the government can tax them? What is the best strategy for taxing online digital creators? And should they even be taxed? The first case, like Eric is arguing, these people don't have formal employment. Okay, these people went out of the air to make money. These people maybe didn't even benefit from the help from the government. Okay, so they have gone through much struggle. It is right now, even affording a good phone in Kenya, it's not cheap. It's not easy. It's not easy to have internet throughout a month, for example. It's not easy to get a phone to start. I'm sure there are so many talents that are hidden that if these people had access to equipment, they had access to internet, a good camera, a microphone, then Kenya will explode with good content. But these objects are expensive. These equipment are expensive, and they are not on the reach of every Kenyan. Okay, so that is the debate. The president has had it, and he has offered to reconsider his position and that of the government. So let us wait and see what will transpire in the coming days. From my end, that has been my time. This is your guy, Elijah.gichuru. Like, comment, subscribe, watch, and share this video to your friends and family. Let me know what you think about this taxation issue down there in the comment section below. Love you so much. Let's continue growing and make this a strong community. Asante.